Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today in this video we are going to be reviewing the Warhammer 40,000 Thousand Sons Court of the Crimson King 2022 Christmas Battleforce set. Now this set just came in the mail today, so I'm really excited to crack this thing on open. The contents of this box, if we want to just give it a little flip around, we have 3 Exalted Sorcerers, which sort of act as the captains as well as really powerful psychers for the army, 20 Rubric Marines, which is really nice to see. Not a single Zangor in this box set, so, you're just your standard Rubric Marine troops choice, and of course the Primarch himself, Magnus the Red. I'm really excited to get this guy all painted up and built. I've even commissioned my girlfriend, who is a really talented painter, to paint him up because I know I will not do him any justice. So now anyway, I'm really excited to crack this thing open. So let's, with a little magic editing, let's get this box open. And just like that, the box is now open. And the way they package these Battleforce boxes, it's essentially they just throw in whatever kits are on the box. So in this case, the Sorcerers, Rubrics, and Magnus. It's pretty much just the 3 kits that they throw inside of the box, and then they include the individual instruction booklets. And you can see probably how the size of the individual boxes would be. So these 2 would share the same box, and then Magnus, of course, with his much larger instruction manuals. And now I guess if we want to, we can quickly go through the instruction manuals of these models, just to see how they fit and their extra customization. So you have your sorcerers there, and then you have your 10 rubrics, with each of their unique heads, their shoulder pads, their power packs, their arms and whatnot. And then the rubrics, which is really cool about this unit, is that you can actually include warp flamers on, if you choose to, every single one of their models. So you can see there's your weapon customization, your bolt gun, your flamer, and then also you can have a heavy weapon, which is the Soul Reaper cannon. And that's how they all go together. All really fun customization, really fun and cool looking Marines, very different than your standard Chaos or even just standard Marines in general. I love the kind of crazy evil sorcerer vibe that they have to them. There's the back of their rules. That's the rubrics. We're just gonna throw that to the side. And then we have our Exalted Sorcerers. We can just give those a little look through. These guys are a lot more customizable. You can personalize them. You can see on there, you can give them a disc. You can give them, which is I've read up on the lore with discs of Zinjar. They're the screamers that they've mutated into basically a disc. So it's sort of like a mutated demon. And then on here, there's all the customizations, the multiple different poses you can give them. So you can really personalize your sorcerers in your way. We might not spend too much time on the instructions because that's not really the most exciting part. The way I'm going to build my sorcerers, probably just going to keep them at least the most space marine I can give them. I know there are some kind of funky looking helmets and designs. As much as I love Tzeentch and as much as I love the lore of the Thousand Sons, I'm not too big on the bird aesthetic. I know that's just kind of the give and take. You see there's a bird aesthetic there. I'm not too big on the bird. I mean, I don't mind the bird. Kind of the demon kind of vibe, but sometimes it's a little too on the nose with that guy with a literal bird face and all that stuff. I like it more of an accent and more of just kind of like a little subtle thing there, not so in your face like bam, bird. And then going on to Magnus, going on his instructions, just kind of quickly go through that because might as well. Magnus, he is pretty much, that is how you build him. There are some customization. You can make him an actual Cyclops. You can give him an armored helmet or just his bare face. And then you can also change his blade for like that little sword. And then here it goes together. Oh yeah, you can also make him armored or non-armored. I think I'm gonna build him armored because I just think he looks a little bit cooler that way. There's his massive, magnificent wings. I really love his wings. I love just all the parts of his model, the way he goes together. It looks pretty standard. And this guy's a really big model as from I've seen from different pictures, and I'm really excited to get him put together and painted up. So then that's the last couple pieces. There's his rules. And yeah, so that's Magnus, and let's get on to the sprues. Moving on into the meat and potatoes of this box, we have all the sprues. So right here we have all the 32mm bases for all of the rubrics and also the Exalted Sorcerers. So really nice that they're in this individual package. Nothing too exciting, they're just your standard 32mm black bases. And moving on, looks like we have one of the sprues to Magnus. There are his giant wings, looks like his blade, and also some just more of his bits. Just kind of giving a look there. Maybe give this a little bit of flip. And then there's some more of his armor, and yeah, it's just more pieces of Magnus. Moving on to our next sprue, looks like we have more of Magnus. I think Magnus comes in a couple different sprues. I'm not really sure how many we have here. Then there's a couple of his face options. There's his armored face option, there's his hair, and yeah, so just some more just kind of fleshy bits. Again, not too much customization with Magnus. I do know that there is a dreadnought fist bit that you can put on his base. It just has a little bit of added decoration because, you know, the Magnus and the Thousand Suns, yep, there's the Space Wolf armor bit. I do have a couple extra Space Marine bits that I was planning on throwing him on here, you know, just to give him that little bit extra flair. But yeah, there's all of Magnus and all of his glory. And moving into our next sprues, looks like we have a sprue for the Rubric Marines, all the head options, all the bolter options, all the flamer options. And yeah, just really, really fun looking bits, really, really fun and exciting. I'm really excited to put these guys together. You know, just plenty of customization, you know, to really personalize each of your units to the way you want them to be tailored. I think the way that I'm going to be structuring my army is I think I will have a full 10-man squad of the Warp Flamers, you know, just have that massive, you know, just area damage worth of damage to, you know, take out light infantry, and there's plenty of stratagems to make your flamers even better with all of the warp shenanigans that Thousand Suns is certainly known for doing. And then going on to our last sprue, looks like this is just the body parts bits, you know, the loincloth and all the scabbards and all that sort of good bits and whatnot, probably some extra customization that you can throw on there. And then of course some more shoulder pads, the bodies, armors, and helmets. So really, really cool, really, really fun, and good to see that sprue in its entirety. Now, I think on the last bits of sprues, we're going to be coming up with the Exalted Sorcerer, and I know I think this is another sprue of Rubric Marines, so very, very nice. We've already seen that already. I want to just get another close view, and if you want more closer views on the models themselves, or just any of the sprue parts, you know, you can always go onto the Games Workshop website and get a closer view for yourself if you so desire. Or you just want to hear my commentary, that's always nice. And then here is the Exalted Sorcerer, all their fun bits and the way you can customize your Exalted Sorcerer on how you choose. And there's the big disc that you can give to one of your models. Oops, here we are. And yep, so just more, I love the robes on these guys. I really, really love all the staves and just all the fun customization you give them. There's the Kapesh swords, the power swords of the Thousand Suns. And yeah, just really, really cool, fun bits. Again, I'm probably just the way I'm gonna build my guys, try to keep them as helmeted as possible because I do not like drawing faces because it is very difficult. Another kind of interesting thing is that bit right there with the fire chalice. I was gonna try to proxy one of my Exalted Sorcerers as an Infernal Master, which is sort of the chaplain of the Thousand Suns, or the priest. And, you know, just add a little bit of extra variety because, you know, while having 3 captains is nice with their rerolls and their powers, Magnus, he's really just a psychic tank in and of himself in terms of raw psychic output, that I think just adding a little bit more variety, adding a little bit more unit selection will be good for my army. So yeah, that's just another last little look at all the bits. You know, you can pause and check it out if you want to do that on your own. But yeah. And then coming on to the last little parts, here's Magnus's 100mm base that he can sit on. So yep, that's just Magnus's base. And then also coming in here, we have, oh yeah, and here's the 40mm base. Technically, you're supposed to give this to your, sorcerer on disc, but I'm just gonna use this for my proxied Infernal Master, and there it falls off the table. And then of course we have the transfer sheets. Again, really, really actually kind of interesting that they include all of the Chaos transfer sheets and not just the Thousand Suns. I guess, you know, for the Thousand Suns, it's pretty, oh wait, is that Thousand Suns? Oh no, it's, where is it? Yeah, Thousand Suns right there. I guess there's not too much customization or like chapter marking, so it is nice just to get all the Chaos ones. You know, if you have a buddy who, you know, plays Iron Warriors and Night Lords, you can just give that to them, so that way they have their customization. A little bit of parchment, you know, just to keep the transfers nice and safe, and it's the exact same copy, so plenty of transfers. If you choose to play another Chaos Legion, you have them there ready to go. But yeah, anyway, this has been my review of the just gonna reach and grab it, the Warhammer 40,000 Court of the Crimson King 2022 Christmas Battleforce set. Hope you all enjoyed. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you didn't, leave a comment, so that way I can run the channel in the way that you guys want to. Anyway, I hope you all had a Merry Christmas. I'll be moving back to college pretty soon, so you might be seeing some, videos of me just doing my other shenanigans. And yeah, anyway, that's about it. And yeah, so yeah.